Hello everybody, this is Fronito Bob and here. Welcome to race number 23 of the 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series season. This is the Coca-Cola Firecracker 250 at the Daytona International Speedway. Yes sir, it is time to go Firecracker racing here at the Daytona International Speedway. We're back here again, but this time though, slightly shorter race, and we are racing under the lights. So this should be a very interesting race indeed, and yeah, Super Speedway and also 23 races. We are not far away from the playoffs now, so it is definitely going to be, you know, it's going to be that point in the season where you start wondering who's going to be in the playoffs, who's not going to be in the playoffs. Well, this race is going to have us one step closer to finding out who is actually going to be in the playoffs. So, with that in mind, let's get you started good for this race. So in the pole for this one is Nathan Amano, along with second is Dane Blue, third is Ross Sustain, fourth is Zach Fitzwater Sr., fifth is Chase Briscoe, sixth is John Doe, seventh is Brian Sieg, eighth is Brandon Jones, ninth is Texas, 10th is Noah Gregson, 11th is Balcon Films, 12th is Cody Goforth, 13th is Hubert Expos, 14th is Jeff Burton, 15th is Rebecca, 16th is Wallace Sinook, 17th is just Noel Geyer, 18th is Keisha Rickson, 19th is just Nearly, 20th is Casey Nico, 21st is Matthew Brown, 22nd is Greg Graff, 23rd is Anthony Alfredo, 24th is Hende, 25th is Jose Mills, 26th is Harrison Burton, 27th is Ross David, 28th is Riley Ups, 29th is Anthony Logan, 30th is Sebastian Colon, 31st is Michael Lynette, 32nd is GGB, 33rd is Fred McShane, 34th is Austin Murray, 35th is Edward, 36th is Thomas Massey, 37th is Shane Lamb, 38th is Ernie Irvin, 39th is Bob Hunter, 40th is Mike Steiner, 41st is Sarah Namondi, and 42nd is Can't Drive. Yep, the movement chicane is back. So, yeah. This will be interesting. Ugh, farting. Alright, so the movement chicane was actually a pretty sausagey way of, messing up the last time, we raced here at Daytona in this series. So yeah, we don't have very many, tracks that we don't go or that we go to twice in the season, but Daytona's had a long-standing tradition of hosting the racing on the 4th of July weekend, or 4th of July weekend. It's not actually 4th of July when this will be uploaded, but technically it's, well, in a sense, it's going to be the 4th of July weekend. So, Daytona is one of the few tracks left that we actually go to twice in a season. Now, of course, there are a lot of tracks that we don't go to twice in the season because, we like to have variety here. We like to go to as many different tracks as possible throughout the entire season to make this thing as variety as possible, if you know what I mean. The Cup Series itself Cup Series only has a whopping 50 races, and yet, we go to so many different tracks in so many different parts of the world. But Daytona is only one of a couple tracks, I think, that plays host to a race twice in a season. And for the Siemens National Series, it's going to be the second time here at Daytona. Not the second Super Speedway race, no. They've actually done quite a few number of Super Speedway races this season. So this is just another day at the office for them. With that in mind, green flag is in the air for the Coca-Cola Firecracker 250 at Daytona. Dan Blue getting off to a pretty good launch in the high lane with a push from Zach Fitzwater Sr. And also, last time we were here at Daytona, John Doe won the race. Could he win again? As Dan Blue gets out to the front. And Nathan Mon trying to stay there in second. Ross staying on the low line as well. Also, if you haven't been doing too good in the point standings, this is a pretty good shot to do it. As here's Brandon Jones, who's not usually running very high up in any kind of standings. Here he is up here in the top 10 already. And here we go. First move for lead is Nathan Bond. Goes below Damon Blue. Washington going with him. Now, funny enough, in the last season, we had the Orlando International Speedway race just before this one. Of course, this year the Orlando race is a bit earlier in the season. But 4th of July Daytona weekend, still right where it belongs. So Nathan Bond with the lead, and there goes Washington below him, as is pretty normal here at Daytona. And here's John Doe getting up to the front here. John Doe, your winner from the February race here at Daytona. Could he win here again? And here is Brandon Jones, a sight that you don't usually see. Brandon Jones running behind Ross Chastain. Another moving up to the back here is Texodus. You know, just a couple weeks ago at Chicagoland, Texodus was running up front all day. And then had a pit stop which put him way back with the riffraff. Luckily for today, that's not going to matter. As we usually do when we come to the super speedways. Yeah, there's no pit stops for service available. It's just flag to flag racing. Only reason you have to pit here is for any crash damage. So as long as Texas doesn't incur any of that, he has a pretty good shot to win. Will come up though, as driver who actually won a couple weeks ago at Chicagoland is Uber Lexington Pulse, which got win number 2 on the season. Should have been win number 3, but, you know, Charlotte happened. We are fighting now. Again. And Hubi Lexipulse with a storm to the front, overtaking his own teammate of Texodus. And Hubi Lexipulse back to the front. Now, Hubi Lexipulse, him winning at Chicagoland was quite something, because it kind of proves that his win at Orlando wasn't a fluke, because the thing is that Hubi Lexipulse's win from Orlando, you know, for that he was just at the right place at the right time when everything happened. Whereas in Chicago, you know, he really had to work for a win. So, pretty good job to him winning at Chicago, and of course Orlando as well. But can he go for win number 3? And here's the driver who's looking for win number 1, Rebecca, just getting around Hubi Lex and Pulse. Can't believe Rebecca's still looking for her first win. She has the equipment of the top dogs. You know, she doesn't have the excuse that she has subpar equipment. She has top end equipment. She just hasn't been able to do anything with it. And here comes Can't Drive, first of a few times we're going to counter him today. I feel that they're getting smart around getting around Can't Drive. And luckily the leader's going to go right around him. Or at least some of them anyway. Rebecca's struggling to get around Can't Drive, actually. Oh, not Can't Drive. Yeah, Can't Drive, though, is holding up. It's about motorsports guys now. Russell David up here now. Now it is early in the race, so Ubi still has time to claw his way back up if he wants to, or if he can. So as for the boys up front, though, John Doe's starting to pull ahead. Now a bit of competition from Becca and Keisha Richardson. Keisha Richardson, another driver looking for win number 2 on the season. Now Keisha Richardson, if he would have won, I'd be interesting because he's, you know, he would get one on 2 very different tracks. Keisha Richardson still starting to lead some laps in his career. No, he had actually led very few laps in his whole career up to the point of Papyrus Motorsports Park where he won that race. He led 1 lap in that race and it was the last lap. And as well, the others starting to catch up. And Hubi Lexpos, who's just gone around, can't drive, and Texas is going with him. Took a little while there. On the flip side, though, it's a few different of our more sports-related cars trying to stay up front. Now I have to focus on getting back up to, you know, where the leaders are. Right now, though, Ubex was in a bit of a battle with Texas. Not a smart move if you actually want to get back up to the front. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's a strategy. Because we're going to can't drive at least another 2 other times in this race. And here goes John Doe. Keisha Richardson, though, he's led the past few laps pretty good. Oh, they're starting to form up a little bit now, though. Here's Matthew Brown. Now, Matthew Brown, he already has 2 wins at 2 pretty different racetracks. Getting a 3rd one in Daytona. So we have about 8 cars in this particular pack. However, once we kind of can't drive for a second time, that's going to be when the field likely gets closed up again. And here's Russell David, though. He's in this top pack, though. Lucky for him. Oops. Russell David has actually been somewhat competitive these past few races, number 16 car. It's weird. So it's like, Russell David, he wins a race in the over 9000 car, then spends a couple more races in that car, and does terrible. Then he goes to the 16 car, and he's actually done pretty well. It's only the 3rd Collie car that has yet to visit Victory Lane. And right now he's up to 2nd. You know, Russell David got his first win, you know, with the Sprite car, the over 9000 mobile. Now he's got Nickelodeon on his car, which is the other sponsor for Russell David for the series. And I'm sure those Nickelodeon characters would look good in Victory Lane. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater Sr. going below him, though. This front pack is actually gaining quite a bit of ground away from everyone behind. In fact, the Toban Motorsports cars back there actually started getting their own little thing. They've got Balcom Films, Texas, and others who are about 5 seconds away from the guys behind. But I do think that gap will close up once we encounter Can't Drive again. And speaking of Can't Drive, he is going to number 1, so okay, it might be a little while At the moment, though, Rosie Mills up to the front. And here's Rebecca trying to challenge for second. And, I mean, well, it's on second and to first, I mean, but, you know. When will Rebecca win? I mean, she came very close. Very, very close. A couple weeks ago. Back in Kentucky. So it's like, it seems she can win sometimes, but I don't know. That being said, however, she does have the opportunity to take this number 14 car to a better position compared to where it was last time out at Daytona, where Con drove that car and didn't really do anything of note. And here goes John Doe. John Doe really looking like... Oh, what's this? Everyone up in a scramble. Wow. I don't know if we're still green. We're still green. Okay. And can't drive. Who now has a blown engine. Wow, so Can't Drive was just driving along. And then as see in a minute here. His car just blows up. And for some reason steers into the wall. So the front field, or the front of the guys here having to scramble and miss Can't Drive. And unfortunately for some of these guys, that's just cost them a lot of speed. Russ David getting involved as well. Matthew Brown. And the field. Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, Russell David was looking so good until that happened. What's really that field's a lot more spread out now. Well, after that though, Can't Drive likely going to be off the track. And here's Keisha Richardson up into first. Man, we can kind of Can't Drive win count him in a big way. So now the result of all that, it feels a lot more spread out. But I do think in a short while, though, we will get back together. And Can't Drive with a blown motor now coming down the pit road. And here's Rebecca and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. coming up. I think in a short while, though, this field will start to get back together, so I guess that's a positive. So here come Rebecca and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. into the picture. So now with Can't Drive off, it's up to whoever is still in the game to win this race. So the top four drivers into a pack. Now I wait, see how long it takes for these guys to get back up, and they are moving faster. It's not gonna be too long until you can see the guys behind challenging for the lead. In the meantime, though, John Doe is your leader. And here they go, 3 wide for second. All the more area these guys hit, these guys are slowly catching up. This time 4, though, it would be good for them to stay up here and not, have to deal with anyone behind. But since they don't have as many cars, drafting with them, like you said, a wall of air. And since these guys keep on battling, they lose speed. See, now if these guys would just stay together in a train like this, they would have enough speed to keep up, above the guys behind them, but they still seem to have that. So 10 laps to go here at Daytona. And where is Russell David? He is in 15th. With pretty no chance of winning this race now. Unless the caution comes out. But that's pretty unlikely. The thing now, are these guys that even... Are they going to catch Firecracker in time? I mean, they're getting closer and closer to them. But they're sure taking their time. They definitely want to hurry it up, though. As we have less than 10 laps to go. They did make quite a bit of ground, actually. About 4/10 of a second. I think, though, once these front 4 guys, get caught up by everyone behind them, you're going to see a real race for the lead, or real race for the win. I think with about 8 or 7 laps to go, you're going to start to see the race of the century. And now, with no more can't drive to split these guys up, it's every man for themselves. 8 laps to go at Daytona. And the field has come together. And this is the part where they begin to do battle. So John Doe has led a number of laps. Is trying to sweep Daytona. But here comes Keyshawn Richardson. And a number of other guys who are hungry for that win. Here comes likes of Brandon Jones, DJ Reed. Followed up by Balcom Films and Texas. And Hubi Legspos, who fell out of this pack early in this race, back in this pack. But he's pretty deep, so he's got quite a bit of work to do if he wants to get up to the front. That being said, however, it is still possible. As John Doe and Keith Richardson fight out up front, and Keith Richardson up to the front. And there is Brandon Jones on the bottom lane. Brandon Jones not quite the experiment at JGR, but he does pay the bills, and here he is up in front, about to lead a lap. And here comes the Top Motorsports ex-YouTube Motorsports drivers. Balcom Films already with 2 wins, but Texas still with 0 wins. I'll talk about 0 wins. Brandon Jones, he's been around for longer than Texas or Balcom Films in the series, and he hasn't even gone to win either. In fact, the only Joe Gibbs driver who's actually won a race this season in the series is Kyle Busch, a part-timer, a Cup guy, who's only decided to run 2 races in this series. He's the only JGR guy to have won. Everyone else, Herbst, Jones, and Burton, and by that I mean Harrison Burton, No wins. So with 5 laps to go, DJ Reed now to the front. And these are Bomb Motorsports guys. Still trying to go after it. Might be a little bit early though. And here goes Balkan Films to the inside. Texas, however, going to stay high. You would have thought Texas would have gone with his teammate, but no. Texas. Not going with his teammate. He's going to stay on the high lane. I don't know why that is. I wouldn't do that. 4 laps to go. And Balkan Films in the front. But it might be a little bit too soon for that, as we still have a whole 4 laps to go. That means a whole 4 laps for Balkan Films to keep this lead, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it based on what we've seen today. And he's not going to get to the bottom line in time to shut the bottom door. That's going to allow Freddie McShane to get up to the front. But look who was there ready to pounce. It is John Doe. He's playing this out. 3 laps to go. Freddie McShane has him. Here comes Anthony Alfredo. A part-timer for Rich Tools Racing. Still no wins this season. But he's looking for his first in this part-time effort. And now, here comes John Doe trying his best. However, Freddie McShane and Anthony Alfredo go to the bottom lane. See, now this is what Buck from Texas should have done, but they did it too early. Freddie McShane, however, probably really wants this win. Freddie McShane, girl driver, who has had possibly the worst season that she could have had up to this point. She has bounced back a little bit though in recent races. And now she is up in front. But we still have a whole lap and a half to go. Anything can happen from now to the finish. Can Freddie McShane hold him off? Or does someone have to plan up their sleeve? Here comes Hubert Pulse, who has made his way up through the pack. In just the last race, Hubert Pulse went out and won. And now here he is in the top 5. And it is now the white flag lap. 1 more lap to go. And Freddie McShane has the lead, but now... And there goes Zachary Fitzwater Sr. I saw that coming a mile off. I don't know about you, but yeah. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr., another driver who hasn't had the best season, is now leading at Daytona. And here comes Hubie Lexipulse, trying to go 2 in a row with a push from Justin Allgaier. But is Zachary Fitzwater going to shut the door on him? Yes! And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. shuts the door on Hubie Lexipulse. And it looks like Hubie Lexipulse is going to follow up his win with a runner finish at Daytona. But it is victory for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the Coca-Cola Firecracker 250 at Daytona. The Aussie is in victory lane today. First win for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. And he does it at the World Center of Racing. Yes. Fitzwater Australia Racing has come overseas to the United States to compete here in the NROL Siemens National Series. He is now a winner. Hubert Lexipulse with a very good result as well. 2 very good results in a row. At this point, he's on his way to making the playoffs pretty easily. Now, I won't speak too soon. You never know what can happen in the next few races. But at least it's a good day for Hubert Lexipulse. But it's even better day for Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who wins today. And Fitzwater, he doesn't have much of a shot at making the playoffs, but at this point, he's not really going for the championship. He's just going for wins, and he is a winner today. So Fitzwater with the win. Hubilik Paul second. Justin Allgaier as well with a third. Allgaier also a recent winner in the series. Free McShane, who's gotten some good results lately, gonna come up short again today in fourth. Keith Rickson in fifth. Anthony Alfredo in sixth. Rebecca seventh. John Doe eighth. Brendan Jones ninth. Bob Films 10th. Texas 11th. DGV 12th. Ross Hussein 13th. Cody Goodforth 14th. Shane Lamb 15th. Matthew Brown 16th. Edward 17th. Ernie Irvin 18th. Hendon 19th. Ryan Sieg 20th. Russell David 21st. Bon Porter 22nd. Michael Lynn 23rd. Austin Murray 24th. Harrison Byrne 25th. Anthony Logan 26th. Riley Ups 27th. Dan Blue 28th. Thomas Mans 29th. Keith Sanko 30th. Sebastian 31st. Nathan Munn 32nd. Austin Cindric 33rd. Greg Graff 34th. Jeb Burton 35th. Noah Gregson 36th. Chase Briscoe 37th. Just nearly 38th. Xander Bonnie 39th. Monson at 40th. Jose Mills 41st. And Can't Drive in last again with a blown engine. So Russell David, who was doing pretty good at the start, unfortunately not going to have a very good result today, but it's only really a practice run, so hey, whatever Russell does tomorrow is what really counts. But that is all for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.